Welcome, people. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone had a great week and prosperous, less stress, all that. I hope that for every last one of you. As you can see, the background's a little changed. I am in the process of moving, but before the move, I'm doing one last show in my last location. I don't know what the next location would be like. Uh, I haven't figured that out yet, but I want it to be something dope and something that signifies change a little bit. Um, for all those that like the content, thank you so much for running up the views and the subscriptions. Remember, go to HD Nation on YouTube if you like this and Beyond Pixels. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all that. So I'm joined by a young lady who's fairly new into the industry. Um, I put out kind of a casting call of people who, may want to be on this show. And she reached out and she's like, yeah, I want to do it. So without further ado, hello, how are you doing?
Hi.
All right. So introduce yourself to the people at home.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kennedy Starling, corn performer. Love my job. Happy to be here.
Okay. Great. For people discovering you for the first time, who is Kennedy Starling?
Oh, Kennedy Starling is short, sassy, quirky, enthusiastically sexual,
Okay.
and a throat goat squirter.
Okay. All right. So you hit 3 points that I'm super curious on. All right. What's enthusiastically sexual? What makes a person a throat goat? And do you believe everyone who says they're a squirter are actually squirters? Ah.
All right. The first question was,
Enthusiastically sexual. What does that mean?
oh, I really like sex. I like the you could say it's a special interest of mine. I really like the sensations of it, but I also really like the mechanics of it, and um, I love learning things about sex, and I love applying everything I know about sex to each new person I meet. Um,
Okay.
it's just a really fun hobby.
Okay. Hey, you got to love what you do. All right. Second question. What makes a person a throat goat? Because for a couple of years now, everyone had that in their bio or name or something.
Yeah.
So, what makes a person a throat goat?
That's a good question that people have a lot of different answers for, I think. I struggled with
Mhm.
that for a while. I was like, but am I the greatest of all time? um, but I think a throat goat, in plain terms, is somebody. Well, the way I think people are using it is somebody who can
Mhm.
deep throat. The way I think it should be
Okay.
used, the way I think it should be used is like, can you get throat fucked without puking? If you can, then I think you're probably in the running for throat goat.
Oh, okay. You stunned me with that one because you said some keywords that I definitely love to hear. But we will digress. Now, third question.
Yeah.
Do you believe everyone that coins themselves a squirter or says that they're a squirter are actually squirters?
No, I don't. I think that if a porn performer says they're a squirter, watch their videos. If a normal everyday person says they're a squirter, they probably are. But I happen to know for a fact that some mattress actresses do not know how to squirt, and then they have special tricks to emulate squirting.
So when you first found this skill out, not for yourself but for them, was it a culture shock or were you like, huh?
Well, I've always loved giving head, and everybody that I've given head to seems to enjoy it. So I didn't
Mhm,
think I was bad at it. But
mhm,
then when I got into my mid 20s and later, I started going to sex parties and stuff and um, having sex with a lot more people than I previously had. And all the
mhm.
feedback is that I'm excellent and oh my God, you're a demon. Oh, that was witchcraft. How'd you do that? Stuff like that. So I was like, maybe, maybe I'm a throat goat. And then a couple of people who are very well endowed called me a throat goat. And once they did,
Mhm.
I thought, well, I guess I can take that title on.
So is there a girth restriction to your throatiness, goldenness, as they may say?
So personally for me, I try to get every cock I play with down my throat at the very least. Um,
Mhm,
that is sometimes a challenge for the girthier penises. And
mhm,
there's I think there's a certain amount of training that the throat can do because I didn't
mhm.
used to have such throat capacity. Um, for
It just
example,
sounds that just sounds weird. Throat capacity. I just
I told you I get technical.
All
um,
right.
yeah, for example, one of my favorite partners, he's pretty well endowed. He's sort of shaped like a bulbous torpedo missile, and the middle of his shaft is the thickest part.
Mhm,
And I can feel it when it's down my throat. I can
mhm.
feel it stretching my throat skin, and I'm like, oh, is this okay? Let's find out. Uh, and then thankfully there's the if you're actually deep throating and like throat fucking, then you're going to be producing a lot of spit, saliva,
Mhm, mhm,
lubrication. So
mhm.
as long as I don't have cotton mouth, um,
You're
they go in
fine.
okay. However, sometimes for the rest of the day or maybe the next day, I might have a sore throat from the friction.
Gotcha. All right. So as you could tell, we already got to throat fucking and deep throating and spitting and all of that, which is one of my favorite topics.
Oh,
But
me
you can
too.
tell this is going to be an excellent episode. So stay tuned.
It's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever.
All right. So Miss Kennedy Starling, what kind of catapulted you into becoming a content creator?
Hmm. Well, everybody kept asking me if I had an OnlyFans, and
Mhm.
uh, after enough people ask you, you start to do the math. And so I thought, sure, I'll start an OnlyFans. I'm already filming myself all the time
Mhm.
and um, sharing nudes in group chats and going to orgies and things like that. Sure, why not? That's the logical next
Yeah.
step. So
Yeah.
that's how I got started.
Okay. Okay. So you're like, I'm already doing it for free, so I might as well make some ends off of it.
Exactly.
Right. Uh, did you know you always wanted to work for yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And interestingly, I've known for a very, very long time that I wanted to be a sex worker.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just a neurospicy person, and I think outside of the box. And so that looked like me as a teenager going, "Oh, I could be my own boss and do this thing I really love and make money off of it. That's what I want to do."
Right. Okay. There's only a few people that could say some say I want to be a police officer, fireman, all these other things, but there's not a lot that says, hey, I want to be a sex worker when I grow up and
Yeah.
actually do it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
kudos to you. What was your very first shoot or piece of content like?
My very first um, shoot with somebody else, not just solo,
Mhm,
was
mhm,
pretty casual. We were both very, very amateur and didn't totally know what we were doing. But
mhm.
we set up a phone on a windowsill and got freaky to the Gorillas in the background, the band, the Gorillas.
I
And
didn't know who they. I'm glad that you classified or clarified. I knew who you were referring, but people at home,
yeah,
they
you never
don't
know.
know. Yeah, they don't know. So yeah,
Yeah.
to the gorillas. There's not even anything sexy or sexual with the gorillas.
No, but they've got like the smooth,
Okay,
smooth
okay,
flow.
okay. I get that. I definitely get that. What's what was your biggest fear before starting?
Oh, my biggest fear was that I wouldn't be good enough, I think.
Okay, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
That's
And
fair.
then I went to my first convention and everybody loved me. And that's when I stopped worrying that I wouldn't be good enough.
And even for those that you wouldn't be good enough for, those aren't for you anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one thing people will constantly assume about you that they get completely wrong?
Hmm. They assume about me. Oh, for some reason, everybody thinks I'm a vegetarian or vegan. I
Okay,
eat so
okay.
much meat.
For some reason, for some reason, she's letting y'all know she eats a lot of meat. Okay, I could see it because of the aesthetics.
Yeah, I figured that's what it is.
Yeah. So I guess the aesthetics of okay, maybe you kind of also have this um I guess flower power kind of just, what I mean,
Earthy.
vibe to you. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I could definitely see that. Outside of work, what is your biggest passion?
Outside of work, my biggest passion is, I guess you could sum it up as community building. Um,
Okay.
I, I think um, I think people are what makes life worth living, and
Okay.
I think that I hold community very dear to my heart. I think community can make a powerful difference in everybody's lives,
Mhm.
and so that's what I focus on. I focus on well, I have a community here now, but I focus on maintaining it and um, sort of like a matchmaker, but for friends,
Yeah.
and hosting events and helping friends in need, helping community members, even if, I might not like the person, but if they're in my community, I'll help them.
Yeah. So Do you find that it's very hard to actually build and cultivate a community in 2026?
I I don't think it's impossible. I'm doing it on a daily basis. I think that in 2026, it just looks different than it looked 15 years
Okay.
ago. A lot of us we're not very trusting. We're not as
Mhm,
trusting as we used to be, perhaps. Although I've never been a trusting
mhm.
person. Um,
Okay.
but we all still need connection.
Okay.
That's never going to stop being a symptom of the human experience.
Okay. It's just the trusting, and it's not. I don't even think it's the trusting part. I think it's the aftermath of those that we have trusted.
Yeah. hmm
You know what I
And then in the
mean?
part where we're all so busy, we barely have time for ourselves.
Yeah. 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 No, 100%. Okay. Okay. Hey, I see you. I see you. How intentional were you in building your brand?
I'm still figuring out my brand.
That's fair. How
So
well, first of all, let's rewind. How long have you been in the industry?
I've been in porn for almost a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't really figure it out till year 3. I'm not gonna
I believe
There's
it.
only a few people that have come into this game, figured it out year 1 and did their thing. Those are the 1%. You know what I mean? Like everyone
Mhm.
else, you kind of get in here, you figure it out, you just throw shit to the wall, see what sticks, and then if you
Yeah,
like it, then you keep moving.
exactly. My approach is just, well, I will just carry on the way I'm carrying on, and
Hmm.
I'll let other people describe me. And that's how I've been
Hmm.
figuring out what my brand is.
Okay.
People reflect back to me what I am, and I go, you know what? Yeah, yeah, I am
Yeah,
an
but you,
alternative girl. I am a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
but I
confused.
don't think you also. I don't think you and labels go together. Just from the little short time that we've been
Agreed.
talking, so I think if people were to coin you something, yeah, you kind of like maybe hear it, but you kind of just do your own thing, maybe. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's there. All it is a description of what I'm doing,
Mm.
and what I do changes all the time. So what
Right,
I'm
right,
described as this week, I might not be described that way in a month from now. Well,
right.
I'm a little chaotic.
Nothing wrong with that as long as it's controlled.
It's managed.
What's your biggest learning experience since coming into the industry?
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
My biggest learning experience so far was um, be very careful who I agree to film with on an ongoing basis, and be very careful about um, what I offer to people I don't know very well.
Okay, do you care to elaborate?
Sure, I'm trying to be a little
Okay.
bit vague, but
You can be vague. Just give the people a little bit. Give
yes.
them a
Okay.
little bit so they can understand, because they're going to ask like, "What do you mean by any of this?"
All
I
right.
already know because what I mean, in the industry, so I can read in between the lines. But yeah,
All right. So I had made a friend at an Exotica. Um, Conversationally, we really were great, and we filmed together pretty well. So I said, "Yeah, you can come out and stay at my place for a few days, and we'll film." And that was not the right idea. That ended up being a very bad call.
there's a lot of homosexuals in this industry, male and female.
Yeah, I ended up having to. remove this person 3 days early and send them to the airport because it just was not working.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now I people will offer for me to come stay at their place if I'm flying out to film with them. And I go, you know what? That's so kind of you. But I've learned not to do that. Hotel for me.
No. If I was to do it, it's someone I've known for years and we've worked together and da da da. New people now, I I used to do content houses, and I didn't realize how many people were using the content houses as their vacation time. And what I mean by that were, they say, yeah, I want to come, da 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 da, I want to shoot all this stuff, da da da. Then when they show up, they just so happen to be on their monthly and they can't do anything because they're in so much pain.
Interesting. That happened frequently?
Not frequently, but I've seen it happen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Kudos to those people. But yeah, I've started noticing people start using content homes and situations, to just kind of use it as a vacation time, which is fine ish. Listen, if I'm out for 5 days, I'm going dumb hard 3.5, 4 days. So now if I do want to lax the 5th day, hey, I've had that right. I done got 20 something scenes knocked out. You know what I mean? I've done everything that I said that I was going to be responsible for doing. So yeah, why not? And I'm a fair believer too. Let's not start shooting at 5 p.m. and working all the way to 2 a.m. Let's get up at a decent time. Let's say the call time should be noon. Let's knock out 8 hours, right? And then we could do whatever the hell we want to do afterwards and then do it all over again. That is a sound thing.
My prime performing hours are 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah, late night joints is like, why? When we had all this time, I had so in this one house, it was a lot of, hey, we ready to shoot. And I'm, get my camera ready, go scope out the location, go scope out the rooms, get the settings right. To me, looking at my watch, like 30 minutes and gone by, an hour go by. I'm like, hey, y'all ready? No, I'm still doing my makeup.
Guilty. I've done that.
So this one time, after this didn't happen so many this weekend or that week, the young lady's like, hey, I want to shoot a gangbang. I'm like, all right, cool. When? She's like, now. I was like now? And she kind of gave me an attitude, and I had to, I had to be like, listen, the reason I'm asking you if it's now is because so many people have been saying, let's shoot. I go set up. I have heavy equipment. I'm waiting. No one shows up. Hour, 2 hours later. So I'm making sure I need to go with some sense of urgency to go make sure everything's good, the room's good, the location's good, whatever, for us to shoot. And then she was like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Okay, cool. On our way. You know what I mean? People don't realize what goes into content houses as a performer and as a camera person, because oh Lord. Or if you're doing both. I've done both when I'm a camera person and talent. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, I need to shoot, pop, film for y'all for a couple hours, shoot again, you know what I mean? Like there's a whole routine to this thing. There's a whole routine to it. All right. How much what separates a character that a creator that you think will last versus one that disappears? I
You
know that
mean
was a tricky one.
like a porn personality?
Whatever. Like, like what makes a person that you? What gives someone longevity, or what can you see that would give someone longevity versus those that just fizzle out and just disappear?
Mm. Well, if you expect to get rich fast, you're going to be sorely disappointed and you're going to burn out quick.
Mhm.
Especially in this current economy. You know, sex workers were always the I forget what people call it, but sex workers are the canary in the coal mine for the larger economy.
Yes.
And right now, sex workers' business has gone down quite a bit because the economy is so shit. So you have to be understanding that if you go into this business, the only consistency you'll get out of it is what you put into it.
Mm. There's so many people because people come on podcasts and people go on shows and people go and be like, yeah, I made blah 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 blah. I made $20 million just selling feet pics, right? So people hear that and be like, oh, if they could sell, make 20 million doing this, so can I. And then they get over here and be like, where's the 20 million? They're not even pulling in 50. But they also don't realize scared money don't make money, right? And what I mean by that, if you trying to be incognito, and you're trying to slide just by no one really knowing who you are and not trying to get people to find you and all that, you're not going to make no money doing this at all, right?
No,
And
no.
and the horny dudes that have been trying to fuck you all those times, once they see you naked and once they see you get popped, the shiny toy effect is gone.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give them more. You have to actually entertain. I know so many people that want to call themselves porn stars, but if you give them a script, it's over for them. They can't. We now live in this. Oh, I want to be so real. People aren't paying you to be real. I'm sorry. There's only a few people that want an authentic creator, right? People are paying you to entertain, and if you're look like you're not being entertaining, like, what's the point of them subscribing to your? They're subscribed one time, but then they see that everything is bullshit.
Yeah. I like both. I like having a script or a theme and
Yeah,
also just going in
Gonzo.
full
Well,
authentic,
both,
not
both of
acting
them,
as a character.
both of them can be good depending on the people that's
Yeah.
involved.
Yes.
If you're a person that have no personality, it's hard to sell anything because you just have no personality. You're just
Yes.
blah. Like, have you ever watched a scene and be like, do y'all even enjoy sex?
Yes. And I'm like, people paid for this?
Right, right, 100%. How much work goes into content that people, I mean, we're kind of talking about it now. How much work do you think actually goes into making content that people don't realize?
Oh my gosh. There's so much work that goes into it because if you're independent, which I am,
Mhm,
you're
mhm,
doing it all yourself. I'm now at the point where I'm realizing I need a team. I need an assistant. I need a stylist. I need somebody to like carry all my stuff for me when I'm going to my shoots. I need somebody to remind me about my calendar, stuff like that. Because there's
mhm,
so many moving parts in this
mhm,
in this career. Um, it's a lot. I wish I could just show up and give a blowjob and call it a day, but no, that's just like 10%, 10% of the job.
I tell people all the time, 75% is showing up,
Mm. Yeah,
right?
so showing up can be hard.
Another say 10 to 15 is being put together, and then the remaining is the sex. The sex is probably the smallest piece of the puzzle.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it's the part that getting people to come to subscribe or whatever, but for creators, producers, camera people, it's very small.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't even, I hate to bust a lot of fans bubble, but sometimes we don't even give a fuck about the sex part. We can make it work without actual sex. You know what I mean? We can make it work.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's you gotta be like you said, and you brought up a great point. I don't think a lot of people realize that the celebrities or even porn stars that are making the biggest of moves have a dedicated team at their disposal.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, for the most part, is so fucking selfish that they just don't realize, like, if we all just, like you said, community, right? If we had a community of actual people, you knew, hey, these photographers, these camera people are in this location, they're, these makeup artists is over here, da 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 da. Wherever I touch down, I could tap into my community and we could do some stuff. I'm not gonna hold you. 5-6 years ago, we used to kind of move like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where even me, someone might say, "Oh, Tech, hey, I'm coming to wherever. I'm looking for a camera person. Do you know one? Oh yeah, hit my man's up. Da 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 da. He good people's woo woo, right? We don't do that anymore. Because, like you said, the economy is shit. So now we were already fighting for crumbs. If you want to be honest, we're fighting even more for crumbs now. And now we're like, no one else could get this crumb that I have here.
Right. Everyone out for themselves as opposed to working together.
Yeah. So it's disheartening, but it's reality right now. What do you think is the hardest content to produce?
I might be too new to answer that question, to be honest.
Okay. For yourself, what do you think would be the hardest content to produce?
The hardest content for me to produce would probably be content that I'm not personally interested in. So that's why you don't see me doing very many girl scenes, because I like the dick. But like I will if I have some nice chemistry with another woman, I'll do a scene with her. It's just so different, and it feels more like work than when I'm fucking a guy with a dick.
Okay. Yeah. It's probably one of my least favorite to shoot is girl.
Oh really?
Oh my God, it's fucking boring.
It's so boring.
So fucking boring. Like, okay, I remember being a teen and watching girl scenes. I'm like, ooh, yeah, 2 women. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then I got into the industry and I'm like, it's not even making my dick twitch. You know what I mean? Like, it's so boring. So, because I feel like, to me, for a good girl scene, which I filmed a couple, right? That was like, okay, I like this, one clearly had to be dominant and the other one clearly had to be submissive.
Um,
If they both trying to be all sexy and sensual and all that, I'm like, I'll put the camera down. Y'all can film this shit yourselves. I'm out of here. Like it's just so boring. And like you said, the chemistry, I don't know what it is. Some women could just click with a man, regardless of what type of man or who the man is. When it comes to women, it seems clumsy. It seems like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't like mesh well sometimes. So unless they really, really know each other.
yeah. If I'm gonna watch girl on girl porn, I'm probably gonna go to a queer porn company, a queer porn website where it's like queer people fucking other queer people, and you can see that they're actually
They
into
actually
it.
enjoy this.
Yeah, as opposed
Gotcha.
to kind of bi but mostly straight women who are doing it, just purely for the business.
Yeah. You're funny. Semi-bi. What's your favorite type of content to create? I think I already know already, but I want to hear it from you.
Well, I really love blowjobs.
I knew it. I knew that's what it was. I was thinking it in my head, but I was like, let me confirm with her first.
Yeah. And then after that, it's gangbangs. So actually,
Okay.
I'm trying to feed two birds with one stone here and set up a bukkake gangbang scene. Yeah.
Okay. You talking my type of nasty now. Like you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Keep my glasses on, with facial on my glasses.
I love a target. I love a target. Give me a nice target. I'm golden. All right. So what is it about the blowjob content, and then what is it about the gangbang content that like you really enjoy?
It's because those are my two favorite things. So I don't have to really try when I'm doing those two things. It just comes very, very naturally to me, and I don't have to. I'm not focused on myself per se. I'm just purely living in the moment of pleasure, and that's what makes it so great.
Okay. Are you an airtight kind of person, or?
I'm working on it. I love getting spit roasted. I've been double penetrated in the vagina specifically. But no, I have not done any anal on camera yet. And when I do, it's going to be like a special thing.
Got you. Hey, it makes sense. I see you going. You super excited now about it.
I told you I'm a sex nerd. I'm very enthusiastic.
All right. So, how do you avoid burnout?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the same way I avoid any kind of burnout, the big thing for me is just making sure to make room for whimsy every single day. Every single day. If we're talking about business, then I make room for whimsy in my business, and that keeps my spirit alive. So if I find myself pushing myself too hard, I know that I need to step back, or else I'm going to burn out. I'm really interested in it right now, but if I hyper focus on it for too long, there's not going to be anything left but fatigue. I forgot the question.
How do you avoid burnout?
Okay, yes, I avoid burnout from, taking time to enjoy the way the clouds are shining from behind, the way the sun is shining from behind clouds, or looking out my window when I'm stressed on a work task and watching the birds play around, stuff like that. If
Like
I,
touching, like going outside barefoot and touching grass.
yeah, I actually have an alarm set for every work day. This is my work, by the way. This is my whole. This is what I do. I don't have any other kind of job. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I have an alarm that goes off every day at the same time that says, "Get off of your devices, maybe touch grass."
Mm.
And so I just get off my phone for 30 minutes.
That's I might need to set that alarm for real. Like I'm
Yeah.
constantly on some kind of electronical something or another.
Right. And for me, it's so stimulating, this work, that I could
Yeah.
just be working forever, because I'm also a workaholic when I like what I do. So I just have to remember to slow down, because I want to go really fast, because I can see where I want to be and I can see how to get there.
Right.
And since I
Right.
can see it, I want it to happen right away, but I have
Right.
to slow down.
Yeah.
The journey is the point. Is something that I remind
No,
myself.
definitely. I just told someone this sometime this month. You could be the hare or you could be the tortoise. Either which way, you're going to get there. One's just going to get there more tired than the other.
Yes. Uh-huh.
How important are boundaries to you?
Oh, extremely, extremely important.
Mhm.
Both mine and everybody else's.
Got you. Has those boundaries changed over time?
My boundaries have definitely changed. Um,
Okay.
I I would be
Did they
surprised
get
if somebody's
did they
boundaries
get
never
like
changed.
more open or more like closed off? Or more enforced, I guess you say.
My sexual boundaries have opened. You know,
Okay.
the longer I am a sexually active adult, you know,
Mhm.
just like when you were a kid, maybe you didn't like broccoli, but 20 years later, you love it, you know, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
brain fart. What was the question?
Boundaries. How has those changed over time?
Right. So my sexual boundaries, for instance, they've opened up more, um,
Mhm.
but my emotional boundaries are much more guarded.
Okay. Okay.
Things like that. So if I have, and I wonder if other women in the industry have this experience too. It's pretty peculiar, and it happens a lot. It happens pretty often, where I'll film with somebody, and then he gets feelings for me.
Who gets what?
Feelings for me. Um,
Okay.
feelings, whether they're like
It's just not men to
romance
it's not
or
just men to
possessive.
women. It's women to men too. It happens.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
hey, this is a business. Remember, I know I'm good, but that's why I'm in the business. Like, that's the point.
So
Don't fall in love with me, please.
I could kind of explain that a little bit more. Um, we're all adults, right?
Hmm.
We're in the business of sex and pleasure.
Yes.
And sometimes that sex and pleasure starts to get really good to us
Hmm.
with a particular person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then we'd be like, and then like too, if you are a vibe person, like if you feel chemistry or if
Yes.
you feel like, oh my God, like yo, you real cool and we have
Yes.
great, amazing sex together, it's like it's almost like a no-brainer, right? So you have that element. Then you have the homosexual element where these motherfuckers are just fucking for places to stay. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mhm.
Because they have no real foundation under them.
I know a couple guys like
And, and I know a few women like that too. Um, and then you have like the hookup culture,
that. Hmm.
right? where they're using this industry as their Tinder. So if they feel it in the mood, hey, let's, turn the camera off and let's, do our thing type of deal. So I would break them down in those three categories. There's probably more, but those two is the most simplistic for my mind to comprehend, right? So I've had definitely in the first one, right? You've known someone for some years, you worked with them ongoing, you form a friendship or a acquaintance with them, and then you'd be like, hey, you want to go and have a drink or something, like, afterwards, and you hit it off and it's a thing. The homosexuals are the clear ones, and I don't know how people keep falling for these homosexuals, because they always have the same MO. Like they never change it up, really. It's just the same O. It's like, hey, I'm gonna be in some random fucking city that I'm not even from. Let's shoot some content together. Hey, by the way, while I'm shooting content here, I also set up some other stuff, but I'll be coming back here after I do all that.
Yes, I've heard about that. I've heard about that happening.
So, and then they start leaving little stuff here and there, and yeah. And next thing you know, they're in your bed. It's a whole thing.
Not my bed.
And then the last one, it's a scorecard. I just told someone yesterday that you can kind of tell someone's motives by how they're speaking to you in the DMs or phone calls or text messages. And I was like, yo, you have to move differently because you are this person now, and you shouldn't be falling for the okie doke. Like, there's no reason for you to fall for, when people just want to fuck. Like, it'd be clear when people just want to fuck.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you keep falling for the okie doke because they keep saying, I really want to work with you. It's like, all right, cool. You're just another little check off of their thing, because especially if you're not a person that they could easily get their hands on anyways, that's the easiest way for them to say, hey, yeah, I popped him, or I fucked her, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's not just it's this industry as a whole right now. That's what
there's a lot to sort through in this industry.
Listen, I done told people, if you shoot with someone more than 3-4 times, I'm in my mind gonna just figure y'all go together. Unless the content is just really popping and it's flying off the shelves with you and this particular person, realistically, 2, maybe 3 times should be max for a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this industry that you could work with. Now, I get it too, the hassle of having to go find people, sift through the bullshit of them, and all that could be daunting, so sometimes it's easy just to reach out to someone that you already worked with, so it's not a definite thing, but yeah, I've seen people work with each other for about 5-6 times. I'm like, y'all fucking, what I mean? Like, all right, I could tell now that there's something going on here, so yeah, it's a crazy place out here. What's something you would never compromise on?
Something I would never compromise on. My principles. Inside and out of the sex industry, my principles are still my principles. And so one of those principles is consent. Consent is huge. and should never be taken for granted and should never be assumed, even in the sex work industry. That's one thing. So one thing that I've learned through trial and tribulation over my life is if I feel weird, don't ignore it.
Mm.
Don't just push down the feeling weird. Investigate why you're feeling weird. And even if you can't figure out why you're feeling weird for a reason. So maybe you should stop the scene. Like, I'm not going to force myself if I'm not having an okay or better time, you know? So I shot with this one person who tried to do a position with me without telling me first, without choreographing or workshopping it. And he tried to do it during the scene when we were filming. And if he had just brought it up to me beforehand, I would have told him the way that you're thinking about doing it is not going to work. You can't do a Nelson that way. But anyway, he got so frustrated that he lost his erection because he couldn't do the position he wanted. He lost his erection and he blew up. And I said, nope, this scene is over. And never filmed with him ever again. Didn't finish the scene. So I will not compromise on that. If a man, I am a small person and I'm a woman. If a man in the room can't control his volatile emotions, I'm getting the fuck out of there, whether you paid me or not.
That's fair. And it was that bad that he blew up? Like,
yeah, he blew up.
it wasn't like a frustration. It was just a blow up. Like, he crashed all the way out.
He let his frustration get to the boiling point where he couldn't control it anymore. And he was yelling outward, not at me, but it was still
But just
very
in general, yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that I won't compromise on. Is my safety.
I mean, so this next question is probably in line with this, but it's like, have you ever walked away from money because it didn't align with your values?
Yeah.
I tell people too, all money ain't good money.
No. If I have an inkling that some action of mine is going to keep me up at night after the fact, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I used to tell people, if you look yourself in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself, you lost something along the way.
Yep.
You know, I definitely know people that do anything for money. It's like, all right.
And the other thing is, I grew up poor, so I don't need money to get by. Like, I know how to get by on very, very, very little.
Yeah.
So you'd have a hard time making me sell out my values.
Gotcha. Do you think social media has helped or hurt creators overall?
Creators? I think that we wouldn't have this whole phenomenon, this whole culture of creators if it weren't for social media.
So do you think that's good or bad? You want Reddit?
That is, I don't know. It's good and bad, you know. It's like the chicken and egg. Then they're like feeding each other, but they're feeding each other poison.
Right. No, because I mean, we had social media when I first got into it. It was just not, as you called it, a phenomenon, right? We knew we made more money back then too. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't. You could go on X, Twitter, whatever, and you could see full blown clips out.
Okay.
And it's just the randomest of the random of the randoms. And it's like, because of this, I don't want to say oversaturation, but this influx of people into this industry, let me break it down. When we were growing up, we had 3 or 4 different ice creams, right? You had vanilla, you had chocolate, you had strawberry. You mix all them shits up, you get your what they call a Neapolitan. Yeah, right. Cool. Now you go down the ice cream aisle, and not only is there hundreds of different makers, there's hundreds of different flavors within each maker.
Yep.
So when you're looking, you're all right. Well, I like Bluebell. I like, you know what I mean? I like this one. I like that one. To the point where sometimes you go back to the regular chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry. So the
Yeah.
same thing with this industry. There's so much and so many different people, which is kudos, right? Because I love when I came in, because there wasn't a lot of big guys when I got into the industry, right? And I don't want to say I helped whatever, right? But there wasn't a lot of bigger guys. Everyone was chiseled, small, short, whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I'm appreciative that I came in on the industry that I came in on, but I also was mentored into the industry as well. Something that most people now coming in this industry don't have, right?
Mm-mm.
So you have all these different flavors running the fucking muck. Some are serious about it, some are not. Some are scammers. Some are using this for other gains and nefarious reasons. Like, so now the people looking in the grocery store for a particular flavor don't even know which flavor they want, nor which flavor they could trust.
Yeah.
So now the money that was happened is so small now. Like I said, we fighting over these little crumbs now,
Hmm.
and no one's making it better anymore.
No.
So if I was to answer it, I would definitely say, kind of like you, good and bad, right? Because we have some good, great people that have come into the industry,
Hmm.
but those good and great people are such a small percentile of the rest of the bullshit that comes in too. You know
Say that
what?
one more time.
When they say, huh?
Can you repeat that?
I said the small creators that are good, decent people that come in here to create are so small in comparison of the bullshit that just, it's like when you hear a commercial, 1 in 20 people are diagnosed with da da da. It's the other 19 people after this one person that comes in that's like, fuck.
Yeah. There's a lot of bullshit to sort through, especially as a consumer of the porn. There's a lot.
Yeah, because you're like, all right, well, some people that their name just ring bells and they're going to bring the quality regardless. And some people you be like, it's a hit or miss. You know. Um, this is my last one, and we can move on. Do you think follower counts actually matter?
This is something I think about on a weekly basis
Damn.
because you need a following to, people need to know you exist in order to buy your porn.
Mhm.
And the more people that know you exist, the more people will talk about you to other people, and then even more people know, etc. So in that way,
Mhm.
it's helpful. But at the same time, I haven't really noticed, like I recently hit 5,000. I haven't really noticed much of a difference in my income at 5,000 followers than when I was at 1,000 followers. So I don't know if follower count really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah. Especially when you're seeing those people with hundreds of thousands talking about they about to get evicted. You be like, wait, what
Yeah,
are you doing?
yeah, yeah. I do see people with like the huge follower accounts talking about struggling for money, and I wonder like, what? Don't you make a lot of money? But not necessarily because it's just a follower count.
Right, right. You have to get those followers to convert into actual sales.
Yeah.
And most people's online personas are shitty.
Oh my God, I know. I block so many accounts on a weekly basis, accounts of creators who they're just such a nasty attitude that I wouldn't want to work with them, and I don't want them to even know I exist. So I just block them.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Or like you have people that okay, you have your opinions. I respect your opinions. Have at them, right? For them to come back to you and be like, I don't respect what you said. And you be like, listen, you've been on a tyrant over here for weeks and I haven't said anything to you or anything. I let you be you. Now I'd say something. Now I'm out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a whole thing. And then you have a lot of people that really just they want a bunch of people to follow what it is that they say or do. You know, they don't want anyone to challenge anything. Listen, I have a homie. Me and him don't always agree. A lot of me and my friends don't always agree.
I think
But you
that's
know what
great.
one thing we do? We
What?
sharpen one another. We sharpen the fuck out of one another. Cause now
Mhm.
you gave me a different perspective where I could be like,
Yeah,
oh, I didn't see it this way.
exactly. You don't
I
want an
might
echo
still have
chamber.
my same I might still have my same point of view, but now I understand where someone could think something differently. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. You
Mhm.
know, but I like I don't need a bunch of yes people around me. They won't
Exactly.
they make you grow. They don't help you grow. They
No,
keep
they
you look
stunt
at
you.
look at Kanye.
Look at
You
Kanye.
have a bunch of yes people around you versus someone being like, hey man, I
Yeah,
don't think you should say that.
yeah,
I don't think that's something you should say. Just, you know what I mean? You do what you
yeah.
want because you're a grown man and you got money. But if it was me, I wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
If you got people like, yeah, yeah, go ahead and say it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't give a fuck because they're hoping you give them something anyways for agreeing with them.
Yep, yep.
They don't want to potentially lose out on all the gifts and the travel and the whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, and if me and the person, whether we doing business or not, and we disagree and you start acting differently, I already know what type of time you on.
Yeah.
You've been a breath of fresh air. I feel like you
Oh,
gave me a counseling session for a second.
thank you.
All right. So this is the moment where you get to tell people who you are, what you have going on, what your future plans, whatever you have to promote. This is your time to do so.
Okay. Well, let's see. This year, my plan is to make a lot more content, and to branch out in the kind of content I make. I want to do a lot more group scenes. I want to utilize the different conventions that happen throughout the year, um, to get some of the best people together in the same room to make fucking awesome porn. And this year I'm starting to stream. I'm on Chatterbait now, so please come check me out on Chatterbait. My name there is Kennedy Starling, and I'd love to say hi to you.
All right, go over there and check her out on all those platforms and stuff like that. I made this space that I tell people I made this pod to show a more human form of content creators, porn stars, whatever you may have, right? Because they just think, we're monoliths and all we could do is just fucking, do that. But there's a lot more to us than just that, So to all my fans and stuff, keep tuning in so you get some actual, real perspective on the industry and the people in it, versus just like, oh, I get to, have sex with beautiful women all day. Like, yeah, shit's not as easy as you think.
That's just the surface.
And then you walk in and she don't even say hi to you, and you're like, well, damn, how am I supposed to get hard off of this? Well, you better figure this shit out.
Yeah.
You better figure it out. You better figure this shit out. All right. So, all right. Your boy got a lot going on. Like I said, I am moving in a couple days. Also, next week, by the time this airs, next weekend or next week, I will be in FetCon 2026 in Tampa, St. Pete area. So if you're in the area, I will be teaching 2 classes, Videography 101 and Videography 102. So come in there and check me out. Also, I am launching Velour Noir art exhibit pre-sales as well as the following week. So you can go to IG at Velour Noir Muse, and we have everything up there as far as the pre-sales, what's going on, stuff like that. We are not going to do the art exhibit until early spring, but pre-sales is going to be what saves you, and we're doing it for a short time, not a long time. So you're going to want to go ahead and get these discounted tickets in first before they sell out, because we're only going to have limited editions and limited amount of them, right? So I have that. And then we are taking a break from whatever by Hektek until the New Year's. Like I said, I'm definitely grateful for all those that have tuned in for this season. It's been a hell of a season already. I will probably, I'm not going to lie, for season 5, I might be looking for a co-host. Just someone to add a little different flavor. I know a lot of the people that I'm interviewing or their industry, but a co-host might spice that up and ask questions that I never even thought about asking, right? So if you think you could be a good co-host, hey, hit me up at Hektek Visuals on IG, or contact at hektekvisuals.com and say, hey, co-host, I am looking for a woman, though. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't need horny dudes talking about, hey, I got some great questions to ask these women. Like, I don't need none of that. I need someone who's going to come and add a little bit extra spice to the situation, right? So I'll probably be posting that out. I think I only have a couple more episodes left for the season anyways. So I'll be, actively putting that stuff out there, having fillers and all that, right? Yeah, I mean, I got a lot going on, but I think it's 2027 is definitely going to make a huge mark for me and my company and everything that I have going on, as well as once I'm taking a break, doesn't mean I'm taking a break from content. I will switch over to Beyond Pixel. I got 3 things in the tuck. I just got to find time to film them, right? Because I got all this other stuff going on. But I have 3 great topics. I'll let you know what one of the topic is. There's a new legislation that's in the House and Senate right now for content creators. The next one is why photographers shouldn't pay models. You take that how you want to. And the other one is AI in our industry and how it will affect us. So I do have those topics already ready in the tuck. I just got to get down to filming them. And every day I feel like filming them, this heat hits me. I get tired and then I go to sleep and then I don't film them. So I am going to film for Beyond Pixels very soon with those 3 topics. So stay tuned for that, right? And with that, stay loyal to those that are loyal to you, care for those that care for you, and don't do anything that you don't want to do. And with that, we are out of here. Peace.